Just a quick reminder that I have a cold, so if I sound like I have a cold, I am sorry. We all have that movie. You know what I'm talking about. That movie, it's the very first movie that you watched on Netflix. I don't know if this is as permanent of a memory on you guys as it is for me, but I will never forget the first day we got Netflix. We had my Nintendo Wii, and we're all in the living room, and I wanted to watch Harry Potter, but Harry Potter was not on Netflix, so I was like, well, why do we even have Netflix then? And my mom was like, look at all the stuff that we have now. And this is where I started getting really introduced to movies because we only had DVDs at that point. We were like, yeah, we had like the Harry Potter movies and like a couple other films. But when we got Netflix, that was when it opened the doors to like the possibilities of things I could watch. And my mom said, we're going to watch a movie as a family as the first movie we watch on Netflix. So we're scrolling through and she picks this movie. She picks What Dreams May Come. What Dreams May Come was released in 1998. It was written by Ronald and directed by Vincent Ward. Now, this movie, no spoilers, but the general idea is about this guy who gets in a car accident and dies. And his wife, who is very sad about that, kills herself. And so Robin Williams goes to heaven because he died in a car crash and was a doctor and was a good person. But because Annabella Sciorra's character, Annie, kills herself, she goes to hell. So, Robin Williams' character, named Chris, decides, I'm going to sneak out of heaven and go find her in hell and bring her back to heaven. Which feels illegal, first of all. I feel like if you are put in hell, you shouldn't be able to just leave. It can't be that easy, right? Like, the whole, like, taking her out of hell thing took about 10-20 minutes. Like, is that all it takes? Is 10-20 minutes of eternity? That might not be too bad. Like, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. But anyway, this movie is not as good as I remember. And that's unfortunate because I remember it fondly. I remember thinking back and going, What Dreams May Come. First movie I watched on Netflix. I miss those days. Comment down below what your first movie on Netflix was, if you haven't, by the way. If you know for a fact what your first movie on Netflix was, let me know in the comments. But I'm sitting here and I'm watching this movie and I'm like, this isn't as good as I was hoping. And there's a lot of reasons why it's not as good as I was remembering. And that's mainly because the story is weak. It's just kind of uninteresting because I don't really relate to Chris's character as much as I want to. Like, I'm sitting here like, it's Robin Williams, so I want to like him. But like, he's just an average dad. Like, he's just a doctor who, yeah, has a kind of a tragic backstory, but that isn't enough for me to like this particular character. And that is unfortunate because I feel like this movie could be good if it had a little bit more relatability to it, a little bit more like beef, a little bit more bite to it, and it just kind of floats through the plot, like very lightly. It kind of just like floats through. And I will say the good parts of this movie come from the kids, who I'm not going to spoil anything, but like, the kids aren't actually the kids in the second half of this film, and it's brilliant. I will say that like there are good reveals that like I was like pretty sure this is going to be this character, and then it would be, and that was really cool. It spawned a whole bunch more questions that were never answered throughout the course of the film, but whatever. I thought the reveals themselves were pretty freaking cool, and I liked them a lot. I thought that brought a lot to the table, and then they just kind of went away after that. It was like, oh, this big reveal, it's emotional, I'm getting choked up, and then they kind of walk away, and I'm like, oh, great. And none of it, unfortunately, revolves back around enough to Chris's character. Nothing gets back around to the point where I want to relate to him even more. I'm like, oh, he just saw his kid again. And then he's like, I gotta go find my wife, though. And I'm like, whoa, you haven't seen your kid in like 5 years. Like, calm down, slow down, whatever. I like Annie's character quite a bit, for a few reasons. One of those reasons being, I think she's the most relatable character. Like, she has nothing to go on anymore, and all she wants to do is go to him. So she kills herself, and I'm not saying that that's a relatable thing to do, but I'm saying that that is a relatable feeling of, like, not being able to do anything about the situation you're in, and just feeling overwhelming sadness. Like, that is a relatable feeling. You should never kill yourself for any reason, but, like, we can see the steps that she took from that moment. And as bad as that is, it made it kind of interesting. And I will say that is the most relatable character for me, which is bad because she goes to hell, and like, we're supposed to like Robin Williams' character a lot more, and I just don't. The special effects are actually kind of cool. There's a lot of like paint stuff in the early Act 2 that I thought was really freaking cool. Like, the paint smears a lot when they walk. I thought that was really inventive and cool for, you know, this 1998. Like, come on, that was pretty cool. Shout out to Corridor Digital, Corridor Crew on YouTube. You should definitely go there after you watch this video, of course. They are brilliant and fantastic. You should go subscribe to them. They break down a bunch of VFX stuff. They break down stunts, and like, they do their own stuff. They do their own VFX work, and I watch every one of their videos as it comes out, and I have for years. And shout out to them. They are brilliant and awesome. And they actually have a breakdown of this scene. So check that out somewhere. I actually don't know what episode that was. So they have like 50 of them. But it's good and excellent. You should check it out if you are in that realm of YouTube, and if you're in that realm of interest, you should do that. Anyway, I don't remember a whole lot about the breakdown, except that they were like, it's pretty cool, but it's not great. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. I thought the effect worked very well, and it added to the story, which is what was important for this particular VFX. This VFX, I should say. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, the movie is just kind of fine. It's. I think some people are gonna really like this movie, and some people are gonna really hate it. I think it's probably a really polarizing movie. I'm right down the middle. I kind of think it's fine. I don't think I'll ever rewatch it again. Like, maybe if I have kids, which I don't want, but if I were to have kids, I feel like I probably would show this to them at like early teenagehood. Like, I feel like that would be a good time to watch it. But I don't know. It's just not. It's not the most interesting thing in the world. I'm going to go ahead and give What Dreams May Come a C+. Have you guys seen What Dreams May Come? Let me in the comments down below what you guys thought about it. It is no longer on Netflix, but you can rent it where you can rent your movies. So feel free to check that out whenever you would like to. If you are interested in the movie, I recommend you do check it out. If the plot at all seems interesting to you, this movie might be for you. And it is kind of for me. I think the plot's really cool. It just wasn't well done. Anyway, if you could do me a huge favor, and hit that red button below you, and it says subscribe. That'd be a huge help. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me get to my next goal of 250. Once we get there, I don't know what we're doing, but it's going to be huge. So let me know in the comments below what you want me to do when we hit 250, because I don't have any ideas, and you guys are my idea makers, so consider subscribing and let me know for that, because that'd be a huge help. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.